Can I just start by saying that we are the opposite colours? We obviously got the memo. You're burgundy top half, I'm burgundy bottom half, and vice versa, which is pretty cool. Not sure about the clash of the colours on the chair.
But we hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to this. You know what? Should we put a name on the spot for this?
Come on.
Because we don't have a name for this right now. It's a Tommy and a Matt show on a Wednesday. Tide 55. What's the name we're going to be going for?
I don't know. I mean, I think we should put it out to a vote.
Comment below to the how many people are watching this right now on average. About
1 and 1.5.
You're to that one person and you're actually watching this, then please help us out in the comments down below. What do you reckon we should call this show? It's on a Wednesday between Matt and Tommy, where we talk about, well, all sorts really, don't we?
The thing is though, and we probably won't use any of this, but it's on a Wednesday, but it doesn't come out on Wednesday.
It goes out on Friday. So what's the name for it?
What about the weekly review?
Nah.
But the weekly something, or the something review, because it's at the end of the week, and we do tend to talk about what's been going on. We need like a surfing term. We'll get back to you on that.
Something like the tide coming in. It's like something around that. The gist of it is we don't have a name yet. So to the 1.5 people that do watch this, please help us out in the comments. Something maybe beach related. That could be to do with a wrap up, to do with a review at the end of the week. Help us out in the comment section down below. So in today's video, we're going to be having a little conversation about sort of everything that's been going on this week, as per usual, to give you guys a little bit of an insight to what it is we're up to. Again, it's been a busy week, but a productive one. Many positives to take from it so far. And we're only halfway through the week. It feels a lot later in the week than it does. I think that's just because of the amount of stuff that, you know, I've got done in the last 2 days personally. I know you've been quite busy up here with Kendall as well. Zoom calls left, right and centre. We've got another one today as well. I'm speaking with Darren about a project that we're going to be working on, and
That's what we should talk about.
Shall we?
That's what we should talk about.
That's what we're
The
going to be talking
first time that we've had a client give us an objective which has needed you and Darren to work together.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it because it's something that we really want to focus on. And
Yeah.
really what it is like if there's a company that want to be the leading company in their market, they need to have social presence, but they also need to be out putting out great ads.
Yeah, that's it.
And great ads, for me, they need to resemble the ads that you'll see and go, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
The sort of thing that you would see is like TV quality. It needs you and Darren working on it together. So very excited about that. Why don't you explain the sort of project in itself?
So we have a client called Angel Call Handling, which is a company that handle phone calls for busy businesses. Am I right?
Yeah, they act as the front of house for your business. So when the phone rings and you don't pick it up, it goes to them.
So we are making some templates at the moment. Darren has put together sort of the rough idea of exactly what it's going to look like, and we've had this idea of almost making the advert and making this video that we have to create sort of a phone screen looking kind of a portrait style template, isn't it? And then we're going to have the subtitles along the bottom about the script that we had to send off to Angel Call Handling. They've sent an abundance of voice recordings back.
Nice word.
And we're going to be putting that together and making it seem like a phone call, if that makes sense. So putting together a phone call in a video format. I don't know the exact format that we're going to go with just yet. That's why I'm speaking to Darren in about, I think I'm speaking to him about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So we're going to be having a Zoom call and talking about that, and that's going to be my work for pretty much the rest of this week, most likely. You know, by the end of this week, to really have that first draft of that content, and then, you know, we make the changes or any little tweaks that are needed. But there's a lot of potential with this. I feel it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to obviously having that conversation with Darren later today. You know, to really sort of understand what it is we're going to create. There's already a very clear understanding of that, but we've now got to push on from that, build on that as well, and you know, it's going to be good. By the end of this week, we'll have the first draft for that, and there's a real good feel to this project, isn't there? There's sort of a lot of excitement, a lot of, you know, it's something new, but we have a clear vision of what it is we're going to create for them, so it is going to be good.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And it's the sort of thing we want to replicate. We're looking for other companies that are of a size where they know that if they put some resources and some budget into their digital marketing, that they're going to be able to really take off to that next level. We're not, this isn't a startup offer. This is not for startups or new companies. This is for companies that are well established and have done well from word of mouth, from traditional marketing. But now things are getting a little bit faster. They're getting a little bit more digital, a bit spicier. There's a bit more competition. And in the newsletter, which you should definitely sign up for if you haven't already, there's a lot of value that goes into that every week. We talked this week about, is it a gold rush? And I think you've got to be careful with those words, because a gold rush sort of suggests that it's first to the post wins. At the moment, I think it kind of is, especially with industries like home improvement, the trades, all the things that you would have gone to the phone book for or gone to Google search for. You can now become the market leader by putting some energy and resources into your digital marketing strategy, which before you would have had to have relied on word of mouth, reputation to get to that first post. Now, it's possible that a competitor, and you look at this both ways, if you're first now, you've got to hold that spot because these guys want to get it. But if you're not first and you're here and you want that spot, you can take it. It's whoever does it best first.
It's extremely competitive. The standard of the playing field, it has to be up there, and you'll fall short and you won't get the result you desire if your performance online and your social media performance isn't to the standards that is not only, I think, expected now in 2021, but it's also required.
One thing that really gets me, Matt, right? I was driving to work this morning and I was behind a trades van.
Yeah.
Reputable business, well established. You can tell that they've been around for a while. They've got a good reputation. I've heard of them before, but this isn't the first time that I've done this. On the van, it said, "Find us on Facebook," and it had a Facebook logo, right? And then it also had the LinkedIn and it had the Instagram. This isn't the first time that I've done this. I made a note of it and I got to work and I actually went and checked out their Facebook page, their LinkedIn page, and their Instagram.
Let me guess.
Here's the result. Well, go on, have a guess.
Dead.
Not quite dead. Give them a little bit of credit. They had a Facebook page.
Okay.
The last time that they posted on that Facebook page was 2015. 6 years ago.
Wow.
Okay. So probably
Wow.
about the same time as they got maybe their new website and their new van, designed. Oh, let's get the Facebook page out there, and so that's there, right? Instagram.
Yeah.
They had an account. It didn't even have a profile picture. Okay, it was nothing. And the LinkedIn, again, they didn't have a LinkedIn. There was nothing there. What that now says to me and anyone else who's interested in finding out more about a company by following their social and checking them out, which happens now, is that they're not doing it. And so that's a massive disappointment. Psychologically, being there is not enough. You've now got to be there and be showing that you care, because that's what people view this as. It's like, well, if someone is lazy with their social media, if they're neglecting their social media, if they're not bothering to post up what's been going on, then there might not be a legit company. They might not care. They might not, and all these might nots are clouding the way towards the sale. We have clients. We have clients in the flooring space. We have clients in the interior and exterior blinds, outdoor shading, health and safety. We've got clients in these industries, and they all say how much more work they have got since having social every day, since having paid ads on Facebook and Instagram, and since having that winning seat in the leaderboard of the internet, website, everything. It's so bad. It's worth thousands of pounds.
I think a way to maybe sort of break that down, what you just said there, is you said how a few years ago being there was enough, but now you've got to be there, but also impress.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like a family gathering, let's say.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, just show up, show your face, that's fine. But now you're a little bit older, you're an adult, you go there, you're expected to show up, but you've also got to hold the conversations. You've got to be involved and, show interest. And I think it's kind of the same with social media. You have to be there, you have to show interest. You have to build those bridges, because like Tommy said, if you're driving along, let's say, and I see those fans all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, where they've got their social medias on there and say, for whatever reason you might check it out, or say if you're interested in that service and you were to check it out and that's a future customer for you or potential client, or whatever it may be that you offer, and you're advertising but there's nothing there, then you're going to kind of look at that, and if I'm looking at, let's say for example, what was the van you saw, what was it they specialised in?
Landscape gardening.
So let's say, for example, I'm looking to get the garden redone. Let's say, and I want to, have a nice looking garden for the summer. Now's the time to look at it. And, I saw that van, and let's say I was in Tommy's car this morning and I saw that van and I check it out and I'm like, oh, you know what, let's have a little look at, maybe there might be a garden similar to mine where they've changed it and it looks a lot better. But if that's not there, and that's not there for me to look at, and it's not, that wow factor isn't there for me as the consumer, then you're not going to get that customer. They are going to look around to, I know some people take Google business listings quite serious. They're also, just as important in my opinion, because if you're searching in the local area of, any form of service or product, let's say, on that Google business listing, if that has, if that looks like it's been taken care of and it's got photos on there, people are gonna, be interested in what it is they're gonna see. If your social media is, sort of, kind of in the mud right now, and it's not there, and it's not, fulfilling the potential that it has, then that is losing business. And like you said, there is thousands of pounds in the market for people that use social media, who are maybe a home improvement service or a gardening service or, home decorating service, whatever it may be. You'll be seen by more people and you're going to get more work.
You got to take it seriously, because I still think, like, someone came around to measure up for our fence, a new fence the other day, and we mentioned digital marketing and they said about having a Facebook and everything, but I still got the feeling that it's not taken seriously. It's sort of dismissed as like on that social media. But like, the reality is that that's a massive opportunity to showcase your work, and you've got to think, why is that on the van? Like, what's the purpose of it on the van? There's only two things that it can be for. One, bringing someone closer to the point of sale. But really, if you were to ask a lot of these companies, would you rather we found you on Facebook, like you're asking, or would you rather us call your phone number or email you? They'll say call the phone number or email, because that's managed and monitored by the reception or the person at the other side of the phone, maybe Angel Call Handling, something like that. But the find us on Facebook then becomes something else. It becomes a check out the evidence, check out what we're doing, check out how good we are, see what we've been working on recently. If those two things aren't doing, then what is it doing? It's doing nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe database building, but no one's going to go and like and follow a page that's empty or hasn't been updated since 2014. So what it then becomes is a waste of space on your van, or a massive disappointment.
I think a way that it will probably work out, say for example the people that right now see it as, it's not that important, and just dismiss it, they'll be filled with so much almost like, regret. And I've said to you before, people that don't really understand it, they either want to understand it, or they'll just be like, social media, I don't need that, and they almost dismiss it, but then also start discrediting it. Meanwhile, it's business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Their competitor, they're on Facebook, they're going like this, customers are coming in like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, if you want to talk, just straight facts, their turnover is going to be a lot better than the guy who goes, I don't need that social media. I think it's, let yourself through the door and make the most of what's possible on social media.
And it's just about presence, consistency, and telling the story, sending out that message on a regular basis with some ads, with some organic, all the things that we do, all the things we've talked about here, because the reward is there. It's right there for anyone who's willing to take it seriously.
100%. You just view social media as, like your pet. If you don't feed it in the morning, it's not going to live healthy. You have to just keep feeding it. It's almost like, when, say, I don't know, if you've got a pet dog, let's say, and, your dog wants to have its food in the morning. If you forget to, feed the dog in the morning, you're coming home from work and that dog is going to be in the corner in its bed, not looking like a happy dog. And next thing you're going to be worried about it, and it's going to be going down the vets because it's not eating. You have to keep feeding it, and you have to just keep pushing it all the time. It's, almost like use that sort of way of, let's say your social media is your pet dog. You've got to feed it. You've got to take it for walks. But you can't just feed it and walk it on the weekend or when you feel like it. It's got to be every single day. Sort of to, I don't know why dogs have come into this, but yeah.
It's very true.
This has gone down a route that I didn't intend this going on, but it is true. You've got to keep feeding it. It's almost like I'm trying to put this across in a way right now before if anyone's watching to this point. To be fair, the watch time on these on YouTube is actually banging, so thank you for that, because a lot of people watch this for quite a lot of time. or the one person that does watch it anyway.
Watches it again. Yeah, it's me.
But I think it's important, like, for you to know that, you know, this is just like a day-to-day thing now. You know, like feeding your dog, or, you know, like putting the bins out on bin day. If you don't do it, then it won't get done. You know, I think there's all sorts of maybe little ways that you can break it down to, say, someone who doesn't really have the understanding of it. And if you are one of those people that, you know, you want to get into this social media game, but you don't really understand it, or you don't really understand social media, and you just want to chat with us, then we're here for that.
We're talking about an ad campaign just now that is producing almost a 3 times return on investment. So the ad spend is very clearly X amount, and it's bringing out a profit of Y amount.
Yeah.
And therefore it's giving us the ratio. So we can go back to our client and say, look, for every £10 that you're putting in, you're getting £32 back. Bear in mind, this is a digital product, so there's no margin, there's no overhead on each digit, on each item.
Yeah.
And I said to you as a joke, then it's like printing money.
Yeah, literally. As we were setting up to film this, I was down there, and I sort of just asked, because we put out a video with this advert, which it didn't take too long to make at all, but it was just something else that's sort of there for, you know, to help this advert.
Yeah.
And I said to Tommy, I said, oh, how is it doing? And then he said the numbers to me, and I was like, wow. And like you said, you literally said it's like printing money. I was like, fair play.
Yeah.
You know, and
yeah, it's just traffic. It's just the right traffic, the right people, which you find through the ad, with the right message, which we're doing, and, you know, we put it all together, to a website that's functional and that works and that hits its objectives. Those are the ingredients. If you get those ingredients right, it works. And, you know, this client's very happy because they're getting a decent return, and effectively, okay, they could increase their spend by 10 and increase their profit equally, which is crazy.
It's all possible.
Guys, thanks for joining us for this video from Tommy and Matt. We really appreciate your time and attention. One thing, if you are a business owner and you've enjoyed the chat that we've had here, then you need to get on our newsletter. Go to the link in the description to head to our website and sign up to our weekly newsletter, which just gives inside information and proven strategies that are working for us and our clients, all around digital marketing, as well as stuff to put a smile on your face as well. We send it out every Wednesday, so go ahead and do that, particularly if you are a business owner. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.